The coastline around Ireland is one of the most dramatic and beautiful in Europe. Sadly, much of the history of this land has been as stormy as the sea that surrounds it.
Hi there. Permission to come on board?
But one charity wants to help chart more peaceful waters. The Atlantic Youth Trust brings together young people from the Republic and Northern Ireland, and I'm joining them in Carlingford Lough, right on the border.
Wow, this is where lunch is happening, I take it. Good lads. Eduardo, Owen, are they doing well? Kasia, first of all.
Yeah.
Brilliant. How important is it for you to be together?
I think it's quite important for both sides of the borders to join together and communicate with each other instead of just sticking with stereotypes and just arguing with each other and throwing stones at each other for no reason. I think it's all ridiculous with all the conflict with it. So I think everyone bonding together is a brilliant idea.
Taking young people from their local communities and putting them on the ship, this is a new environment for everybody. Nobody is comfortable or familiar with spending time on a ship and sailing through the night. So it's a level playing field and people come without baggage. It means that it expands their mind, it lets them grow with people of different faiths and of no faiths, so we find it works extremely well.
Have you got your sea legs? And it was choppy on the way up.
So choppy yesterday and we all felt sick and our legs, we were like, oh, but today's calmed down.
Before, someone said to me, do you know anyone from north of the border? I said, actually don't. I couldn't think of a person, but I suppose now I know a few lads, a few girls from north of the border.
So what are we going to do here, girls?
We're going to put the jib up.
Get ready, please, to hoist the jib.
Ready?
Ready.
Hoist the jib.
It's so fast.
Hoist the sails and basically clean everything.
More work than you would do at home, maybe?
Definitely. Definitely.
If your mum sees this, will she be giving you extra tasks?
Probably, to be honest, probably.
You know, you grow up in the north of Ireland, when I was a kid anyway, and we were socially disintegrated. We didn't get a chance to meet people from the other walk of life, other side of the coin, let's say. And if you happen to have a Catholic background, you went to a Catholic school. If you came from a Protestant or a Presbyterian background, you went to a different school.
And tell me, is faith important to you?
Yes, faith is very important to me, especially since I'm a Christian.
And how important is it for you to meet people of other traditions?
It's important because it's good to find out more about other religious backgrounds, so it is. And it could also help strengthen your religion, so it could.
You've big plans for the future, I hear.
In the long run, I'd love to get into politics and make a real change.
What changes would you like to see?
I'd like to see everyone be treated fairly. I'd like to see communication with the north and the south be repaired, and just local people getting the stereotypes away, getting all the negative thoughts and opinions about one another away.
Yeah, it really is. Everyone likes to like the Queen. Yeah, I mean, like we've learnt about it in history and everything, but I kind of feel like it is the past. We kind of need to move forward now to the future and kind of do more things like this and kind of bridge the divide between north and south.
We work with young people most of the time, and I guess they're very open to each other. And I kind of envy it. If we had that chance when I was younger, I'm sure it would have been a better thing.
Came to earth a perfect man, walking with us, love divine
That was Nathan Jess leading the congregation at Green Pastures Church in Ballymena. Nathan's music takes him all over the world, but his home remains right here in Northern Ireland. And I caught up with him in Dungannon Park.
Step in the water, beyond the shore.
Great to have you home. I know you travel an awful lot these days, but can I take you back and ask you, where did it all begin?
My family used to travel around singing, like the Von Trapp family. So
The Von Trapps of Northern
the
Ireland?
Von Trapps of Northern Ireland, their very own. So I was wearing the wee shirt, looking good, so it was alright.
You look cute.
Laughing into more, but there is a reason.
And what drives you to create this music?
I always have this prayer that I would pray before I go out and lead worship quite often that would say, would I lead by example? Would people be engaged in worship because they see that I'm engaged in worship? So I always like to see myself, yes, as the person there who's there to facilitate and guide people along this journey of engaging with God, but that I'm just one of them as well, and we're all here with the shared purpose of glorifying God together. There's something about when we wrap the message of something around a melody that just seems to penetrate people and they grasp it in a whole other way. Like you don't go away from church always remembering what the sermon says, but you remember all the words to the songs. So when someone contacts me then, I get an email saying, I just wanted you to know that this song was just so perfect for this season of my life. You know, that's really what makes me feel fulfilled in what I'm meant to do in that.
Feast at the table.
Why do you think there is this rich amount of worship music coming out of Northern Ireland now?
Me personally, I kind of grew up after the period of the Troubles, but I guess I grew up in a culture that was now embracing unity and embracing peace. You know, that was the atmosphere that was laid out for me to grow up in. So I don't know if there's something to be said for it growing, because when we sing songs about unity and connection and peace and freedom, they maybe mean more to people in Northern Ireland because they've lived through what was the opposite of that.
We're going to hear one of your songs now. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so this is a song called Hearts of the Fathers, and it kind of sets the context of both the kind of personal aspect of people's lives perhaps that are broken, and even looking at broken homes and disunity in that kind of respect, right across to kingdoms that have risen and fallen and war that has come across our land. But that ultimately God is going to come and restore everything, that he's going to bring healing and restoration.
Broken homes, broken lives in a fallen world. Wounded hearts, all the scars of our wayward souls. Faithful God, you alone can save. We declare there's healing in your name. In your name, you can turn the hearts of the fathers back to the children, the hearts of the children back to the fathers. You came to restore, you came to renew us, turn our hearts back to you. Jesus, turn our hearts back to you. You can turn the hearts of the fathers back to the children, the hearts of the children back to the fathers. You came to restore it, you came to renew us, turn our hearts back to you. Jesus, turn our hearts back to you. Turn our hearts back to you.
From a new song to a hymn that's been sung in churches for over 3 centuries. And here it is now from the congregation here in St Patrick's, Dungannon.